everybody. Hans Vodder here at New Life Church in Port Townsend, Washington, with another brief devotional thought from Juanita Ryan's book, An Enduring Embrace, Experiencing the Love at the Heart of Prayer. The theme for this week's devotional is Releasing Our Burdens as Prayer. Matthew 11:28 through 29 reads as follows. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Prayer begins not with our call to God, but with God's call to us. Come to me, Jesus calls. Come. All our praying is in some way a response to God's initiative, but we may misunderstand the invitation God extends. We may not hear it as the call of love. We may suspect that if we respond to this call, we will be met with shame, with rejection, or with impossible demands. As a result, we may hesitate to respond at all, or we may go to God in prayer but full of a need to prove ourselves, driven by fears that even in prayer we need to work hard and look good. When we listen carefully to the invitation that is extended, we hear something surprising. Come to me and rest, Jesus calls. I know you are weary and burdened. I am gentle and humble, so you will find that you are safe with me. I love you. You will find that you can completely, fully rest with me, knowing you are loved, knowing you are safe. Jesus acknowledges our weariness. Jesus knows we are burdened. Jesus knows we need to rest. And Jesus tells us that it is possible to rest with him because he is gentle and humble. When we respond to Jesus' call, we will not be met with demands or shame or judgment. We will be met with compassion. We will be held in the arms of love. Prayer is a response to God's initiative, God's invitation to come and rest. Prayer is rest in the deepest sense of the word, rest for our souls. When we rest, we stop all doing, all proving, all effort. We can be done with our striving, with our self-reliance, with our pretense, and with our heavy load. We can release all that burdens our heart to God's loving care and rest in God's loving presence. This promise of rest to which Jesus calls us is an echo of the same promise made centuries earlier by the psalmist who described God as our loving shepherd. We have read or heard this promise many times, but we tend to read right past it. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. The shepherd provides rest. Prayer is resting in the green pastures and beside the quiet waters of God's love. Prayer is resting in God's love, experiencing the gentleness and humility of Jesus. Prayer is rest for our souls. Lord, you called to me to come to you and rest. It is the last thing that I imagined you would say or want from me. You surprised me with your gentleness, your humility, your kindness, and your love. Grant me the ability to rest in your presence. May I find, along with all others, rest for my soul in you. Ms. Ryan concludes this devotional with a suggestion for further prayer and meditation. She suggests that you sit quietly in prayer, asking God to help you rest in the green pastures and beside the quiet waters of his love for us. Ask God to help you respond to Jesus' call to come to him and rest. Sit still and quiet for a time, resting in God's tender love for you. And I guess that would be my prayer for this coming week, that we would all find time, make time in the midst of all kinds of uncertainties, all kinds of unsettling circumstances and situations which face the world today, that we would make time to rest in God's love for us and to acknowledge His gentle presence in our lives. In any case, thank you so much for joining me today. We'll talk to you again next time here at New Life Church in Port Townsend, Washington, with another brief devotional thought. But until then, thanks and God bless. Bye for now.